All right, let's get right into it. When we think about collagen, we usually picture, just taking a supplement, a constant input for a constant output. But what if our body's ability to build itself up isn't like a factory line at all? What if it's more like a farm, with seasons for planting, growing, and harvesting? That's what we're digging into today. This amazing idea that our own internal environment has a rhythm, a powerful cycle that actually mirrors the world outside.
I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about that? Why you feel so loose and flexible in the summer, but maybe a bit tight and creaky when winter rolls around? Or that sudden urge to just get up and stretch and move as soon as spring hits? Well, the answer, according to both ancient wisdom and modern biophysics, goes way deeper than just the weather. It's actually happening inside our own tissues.
Just look at a jellyfish. It's almost all water, but it holds its shape, right? Well, our bodies are kind of the same. Most of our water isn't just sloshing around, it's structured into this really sophisticated, collagen-rich gel. This gel matrix is what gives our tissues their form. And here's the secret. The state of that gel, whether it's more fluid or more firm, changes, and it changes dramatically with the seasons. So let's kick things off with spring. I want you to think of spring as this great structural awakening. It's a time for sprouting, for generating new life, and for realigning everything. After the deep quiet of winter, the body is waking up, and our collagen is getting ready for a very, very specific job. In traditional Chinese medicine, spring is the season of the liver. Now, in this way of thinking, the liver does way more than just detoxify. It actually governs our tendons and fascia and makes sure our qi, our life force energy, is flowing smoothly. So picture this surge of energy moving from your core right out to your connective tissues, basically prepping them for action. And this, right here, is the absolute key for spring. Our collagen is in a generating phase. The body is actively trying to lay down all these new, flexible fibers. This is where we come in. If we move and stretch, we're literally guiding these new fibers, helping them to line up in neat, strong, organized lines. But if we stay sedentary, they just grow in this chaotic, tangled mess, a total haystack. And that's the real source of that classic springtime stiffness. So, how can we help this whole process along? Well, the classical texts give us a couple of really cool strategies. One idea is to eat sour foods, because that sour flavor is thought to really nourish the liver and tendons and promote elasticity. Another angle is to go for spicy foods to help push that generative energy all the way out to your arms and legs. They're just two different ways of getting to the same goal, waking up the body's entire structure. And that leads us right into summer, the season of flourishing, of heat, and of peak expansion. The heat outside has a direct, and I mean immediate, effect on that internal gel we were talking about. So from a biophysics standpoint, what's happening is that heat is increasing the kinetic energy of all the water molecules that surround our collagen fibers. This literally transforms our connective tissue from a thicker gel state into a much more liquid sol state. It's exactly why we feel so much more flexible and open in the summer. But that new fluidity also means we're more likely to lose hydration through sweat. And this perfectly highlights a huge modern problem. We spend all summer hiding out in air conditioning. According to this ancient wisdom, that's a massive mistake. By constantly cooling ourselves down artificially, we cause that fluid matrix to congeal and we clamp our skin's pores shut. This traps heat and metabolic junk inside, creating what they call a winter and summer, which can really set us up for issues down the road. The traditional approach for summer is just so simple and beautiful. Let your body do its thing. Let it sweat. And then just put back what you've lost. A little bit of salty flavor, think a juicy slice of watermelon or just a pinch of good salt in your water, can help soften tissues and replace those crucial electrolytes. It's all about working with the heat, not fighting against it. Okay, now we're moving into what might just be the most critical and honestly dangerous season for our skin and our collagen, autumn. This is the time of the harvest, for sure, but it's also the time of withering. The Wang Di Nei Jing, which is one of the absolute foundational texts of Chinese medicine, couldn't be clearer about this. Autumn corresponds to the element of metal and the lung organ, which in this system governs the skin. The number one threat from the environment in autumn is dryness, and it directly attacks the lung system and, by extension, our skin. I mean, this picture just says it all, doesn't it? What happens to a leaf when it dries out? It gets brittle, it loses its structure, it just crumbles. And this is exactly the same process that these ancient physicians saw happening to our skin during the dry months of autumn. It's a really powerful metaphor for what's happening on the inside.
And what's amazing is that modern science completely backs this up. See, our collagen fibers hold their strong triple helix structure because they're surrounded by this protective layer of water molecules called a hydration shell. The dry air of autumn literally strips that moisture away, leaving the collagen fibers exposed, brittle, and way more likely to break. This is the structural beginning of fine lines and wrinkles.
So what's the game plan? 2 key strategies. First, eat foods that lubricate from the inside out. In TCM, white-colored foods like pear and yam are fantastic for nourishing the lungs and moistening the whole body. Second, eat sour foods. Remember how spicy foods open the pores in spring? While sour foods like berries do the opposite. They help to gather and close the pores, locking that precious moisture into the skin.
And finally, we get to winter. Now, this isn't some dead, empty season. No way. It's the season for deep rest, for profound storage, and for the absolutely crucial job of synthesizing our most important structural collagen. Winter corresponds to the water element and the kidneys, which govern our bones, our marrow, and our deepest energy reserves. This is the storing phase of the year. All that energy that was on the surface in summer, it retreats deep, deep into our core. This is the prime time for the body to finally focus on rebuilding its very foundations.
And the diet totally reflects this. The famous physician Xu Wenbing explains that winter is the time for thick foods. Specifically, eating actual connective tissues, the kind you find in pork skin or bone broth or pork trotters, gives the body the direct building blocks it needs to patch the holes and refill its collagen bank for the whole year ahead. But how does the body even know where to send these building blocks? Well, there's this really fascinating mechanism at play, especially for our bones in winter. It's called piezoelectricity. It's a property that crystalline materials have, like the collagen in our bones and our fascia. So here's how it works. When you move, whether you're walking or lifting or even just standing up, you're putting mechanical stress on your tissues. The collagen inside those tissues then generates a tiny little electrical current. And that current is a signal that basically tells your cells, hey, we're under load here. Time to reinforce this spot. It's literally how movement tells your body's repair crew exactly where to go. So let's pull all of this together. We've taken a trip through the entire year, and we've seen how our body's strategy for dealing with collagen needs to change with every single season. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. This table is really your at-a-glance playbook. In spring, we realign our tendons with movement and use sour or spicy foods. In summer, we embrace the fluidity, stay away from that artificial cold, and use a little salt to stay balanced. In autumn, we fight off dryness in our skin with lubricating foods like pear and yam. And in winter, we store and build deep collagen in our bones with gelatinous foods. See? Every season has its own unique purpose, and it prepares the way for the next one. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. You can't just brute force collagen production with the same strategy all year round. It just doesn't work that way. The body has a natural cycle. You have to work with it. You stretch it in the spring, you sweat it in the summer, you moisturize it in the autumn, and you feed it deep in the winter. And that really brings us to the big final question, doesn't it? We live in these climate-controlled boxes, eating the same foods 365 days a year. So knowing all this, how can we start to reconnect with this profound natural rhythm that is literally hardwired into our biology? It's something really powerful to think about.
Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit. See you in the next video.